Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's kick off 2014 in a great way. I got a man, Mr. David White, with us, our technology expert at TFNN. We're going to be growling and prowling out here. We're going to do the market first, and we're going to see what's going on in the technology business for 2014. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Become a servant of love. Love is what makes you happy. And if you become a servant of love and your partner becomes a servant of love, the day will come when you can be with your partner with no guilt, no blame, no anger, and no sadness. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 28, NASDAQ down 11, S&P's off $1.50. The NDX 100, folks, got smoked. That was down 27 at 35.31. Gold contract up $11.60. Guess what, folks? We're over that magic number. 1231.60, baby. Here we go. What that number was specifically, folks, is that that was the high of the first low that was established in gold after a 2.5-year correction on June 28th. We come down with some decent volume. We go up big time. We do 2 separate ABC structures on the way up. We come back with lighter volume. We test the lows, reject the lows. And you talk about testing them on a perfect day. They try to jam the baby down on New Year's Eve, and guess what? They jam the contract down. They couldn't jam the stocks down. What ends up happening? Rejects it, goes topside. Silver, down 17, up 17 cents at $20.14 an ounce. Platinum up $9 at $1,413 an ounce. Copper down 2 pennies at $3.35 a pound. Light sweet crude continues to get hammered. That was down $1.20 with volume, 94.24. That baby's setting up a beautiful ABC structure down to about the 84 level, which is pretty intense. The 10-year bond was off 2 ticks at 123. The 30-year bond was flat at 128.20. And King Dollar, she was up 252 ticks at 81.04. The euro is at 135, and the yen's trading out there at 104.79. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have out here? Okay, so the cash S&P, no big deal. You really got a sideways move. You didn't come into the lows out here. And all that's doing, folks, is building up a little more cause to turn around and get into the low that was established yesterday, which is at 1827. We're at 1832 right now. Dow Industrials, the Dow couldn't hold higher price out here today. Dow got up to a price point of 16,518. Closed up $28. Closed at 16,469. Now that's also a building cause. In both cases, there though they have a long number to get into the lower range. In the Dow's case, you're talking about an additional 400 points to get into the lower range. Now NASDAQ Composite. What we have with the composite is this. She came down $11, which is not a huge amount. Big volume, 1.6 billion. The composite has quite a way to go down to get into the lower range also. We're talking 50 points, and right now we're at 41.31. NDX 100, different ball game, folks. Here, let's do this. We'll go to the SPY first, the SPY, so you see the correlation with the daily and the weekly. So the SPY today did 76 million shares. Yesterday, we turned around and we did 119 million, which was very large coming off those highs. That's on the daily. On the weekly, what we have is this, is that the weekly, we've done 339 million. We are at a price point of 182.88. Now, the number here goes like this next week, folks. 181.99. You get into that number, okay, which is only 90 cents away, you're going to have to get into that number with monster volume, because when we pushed up to that number, we did 754 million. So it's a big number. We look at the 3 Qs. What we have with the 3 Qs is this. The 3 Qs today, the NDX 100 is where it's at, meaning downtown. We had another expansion of volume on the daily. We did 30 million shares. That's after hitting highs with 15 million. That's on the daily. Yesterday we did 29 million. We take this and we put this on the weekly. What you're going to see on the weekly is that we are at 86.64, and the number that is going to be predicated on is 86 68. So we're 4 pennies into that number right now. Now, the Qs also are going to need a huge expansion of volume because as we went up into that level, we did 204 million. We'll see whether we get that volume next week. That's the real bottom line. Inside the Qs, okay, it wasn't just all about Apple. It was all about the Qs in general. But Apple, folks, is falling apart. Apple's down $12, 13 million shares. Apple's going to be waking up Monday morning and after a nice weekend rest, and the number of the swing point here is 538.80. And so that's problematic. And Dave and I are going to be talking about that, too, because I saw one of the slides that he had brought up earlier. So we're going to be talking about that in the next segment. But that break there, folks, so what that is that at 538.80, we have a high volume low. So it's going to go after that number one. You break that, and you get some action downtown, because what you do on a projection basis is you take the bottom of that, which is a 538. You take the top of that, which is the 75, so what, $40. You take $40 off the 538, and you get into that 498 level, which totally makes sense anyway. And
Apple's still 15%.
Yes, of the NDX 100.
Yeah, right.
Of the NDX 100. Yeah, no doubt about it. So that's, that's leading the way down out here today. Gold contract, we get nice action in gold out here. What we had with gold is this. Gold did 106,000 contracts. We are at 1236.60. What I am going to want to see, you'll build some cars, another couple of wide price spreads, accelerated volume. You are, though, inside the higher range. That's broken, meaning the downtrend. We've been waiting for the HUI to also get inside. Now, the only indice at this point, well, when I say the only indice, when we take the gold contract, when we take the XAU is inside its higher range. Gold contract is inside its higher range. The HUI is not yet. The number for the HUI, folks, is 206. 206.24, I think. 206.66. We're at 203.65. I expect it will get inside there, but that's crucial, that number to get inside, because once that gets inside it, you have everything in harmony. They want to go top side. We take a look at the bond market. What we had with the bond market is this. 10-year and 30-year had rejected lower price 3 times this week. We're basically flat. I suspect we're building some cars to get into higher price. The actual yield on the 10-year, it's been going back and forth. It's just hanging
on that 3%.
That 3%. That's 3%. It was hitting 3% every day this week. It's at 2.991 right now. We go over and we take a look at the dollar index, DH4, and what we have with the dollar index is this. Dollar index did 18,000 contracts today, and bottom line, this dollar basically wants to, launch and go higher. The next level up there is the 81.73 area. That's where it looks to me like it wants to go to. What you can expect, what I do expect in the NDX 100 specifically, is that I expect what you're going to see is you're going to see a follow-through. You're going to see the expansion of volume. All the cards are out there, folks, for lower prices coming in that NDX 100. And the NDX 100, let me tell you something, is crucial because that's where all the high flyers are. Coming up this coming Tuesday, I'm doing a webinar, folks, and that webinar is going to be about 3 sectors to watch in 2014. It's for my Market Insight subscribers, but you can be a Market Insight subscriber right now absolutely free, and you can actually do it for 1 month instead of 2 weeks. You can go over to our website at TFNN. You can test drive it right here, right now. You'll get it free for a month, number one. You come to the workshop January 7th, and what I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be talking about the bond market, the S&P, and the real estate market. And as I walk you through that, it's going to be an hour. Check it out. Let's go to our man John in Philly. Hey, John, what's going on?
Tommy, thanks for taking the call, and David as well. I just wanted to ask a question. I'll put it on the table and then hang up. On Micron Technologies,
yes.
symbol MU. 5 weeks ago, David Einhorn and a bunch of other guys were hyping the stock. I question you guys. Can you go over the fundamentals and tell me if you think they were dumping the stock at high?
Absolutely. Cooking
Thank
brother,
you.
you stay right there. We're going to be right back. Dave.